Hi, I'm Heather Prstansky with Windsor Interior Decorating and Design, and this is my new living room project. What I'm going to show you is how you can take a pretty standard living room setup, kind of the setup that you see when you walk into most people's homes, where you have your typical kind of beige or neutral colored sofa, maybe a couple of chairs. Maybe the colors have changed a little bit, different color throw pillows, curtains, etc., etc. And I'm going to show you what an interior decorator or designer can do to that space. We're going to go through a series of 8 different living rooms. We're going to use the exact same room, the exact same shell. So typical of the standard living room size in a new build home in either, in North America. And I'm going to show you how we can use the exact same furniture. So the same sofa and chairs, the same upholstered furniture, and have 8 completely different looks. And as we walk through this video series journey, I hope that you can really see value in using an interior decorator and designer, and that you can pull some ideas for your own home and your own space. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what we're starting with. So this is the standard living room that we're starting out with. It's a pretty standard size. You can see your typical beige or neutral walls with the beige or neutral couch and a couple of chairs. Most living rooms that I walk into look pretty well exactly like this, except for they might have some slightly different pillows or a throw blanket or something like that, but most of the rooms look almost exactly like this. They may have slightly different furniture or something like that. The arrangement is usually pretty typically the same. It might be on the back wall or the side wall or something like that instead, but this is pretty standard for what we see. We are going to use this same structure of the room, so the walls, the room, the window, everything is in the exact same place. We may change out the moldings or something else that an interior decorator designer might do for your space, but other than that, we're going to leave the room the exact same. We're going to use the exact same upholstered furniture pieces. So these pieces right here, the chairs and the sofa, are all going to be the same, including the pillows actually. We may change up the pillow coverings, but we're going to use the exact same elements in each and every one of our rooms here to really show you 8 different ways that we can style the exact same room to show you the value of an interior decorator or designer. So here's our first look. I really love this look. I would call this look really kind of a casual or transitional space. As you can see, the furniture is arranged in a similar fashion to the first room, the kind of typical space that we've seen, but it's turned. So the back of the sofa is actually to where you would walk into the space. Now, a lot of people are afraid to do this, and I think that's because there's an old wives' tale out there that you should never show the back of your sofa. And that's the reason why so many people always push their furniture up against the walls. I'm here to tell you that it is okay. That's why they make beautiful sofa tables, and that's why they make gorgeous accessories, is so that you can put a sofa table on the back of that sofa and you can dress it up and really give the entryway to your space a grand opening. You just want to make sure that there's greater than 2.5 feet on either side between the sofa and the wall to allow for a nice even flow of space for walking through the room. So in this room, we've actually done a cantilevered ceiling effect. So the current ceiling would still be in place, but we've installed wood in kind of this square shape, and we've painted the top of the ceiling in this kind of this taupe color, and it really just it lifts the eye, it gives the room a really casual feeling, and it's a really beautiful architectural element. Homes in North America tend to really lack these beautiful character elements to the home, especially in newer build homes. So this is a great way to add that character to the space. We've gone with a really soothing blue and taupe effect in this space, and you can see here that we've really just gone all out. So we've built in these great built-in bookcases on either side of the television. Instead of doing a built-in in the middle, we've used this great furniture piece just to give it a little bit more weight. And we've actually papered the back of the bookcases in a neutral wallpaper to give it some really nice texture. We've accessorized the bookcase throughout. If you have a lot more reading materials than this, you could certainly go with books all the way to the ceiling as well. Lighting is really important in any space. So you can see that we have some sconces on the back wall here on either side of the television, more sconces on either side of the art piece, and a couple of lamps behind the sofa. Really important that you have some great lighting to the space. We've got some wall lighting, some task lighting, and even some pot lights up in that cantilevered ceiling. The furniture is arranged in a really symmetrical look. So symmetrical areas are really pleasing to the eye, and it doesn't mean that your room has to be symmetrical, but it's an easy way to go if you're not sure how to arrange the furniture in your space. So we've kept everything in this room is completely symmetrical. Even the artwork is done in a similar fashion to make it somewhat symmetrical to the window across from it. Hope that you enjoyed look number 1, kind of our soothing, casual space. Look forward to the rest of our 8 looks in this living room project. And this is really going to show you the range that you should look for when hiring an interior decorator and designer. If they aren't able to show you this range within your portfolio, then it's very common that you'll end up with a room that's their style instead of your style. Your interior decorator or designer needs to be able to show you some range and needs to be able to show you all of the different styles with which they can work to ensure that you get a space that's really and truly yours. Make sure to check back next week for look number 2.